StarLink on a truck camper? Well, we're gonna see. We've got our dish. It's got the little servo motor for auto point. There's your router, power supply, 100 feet of some pretty gnarly cable, real thick cable, and the ground mount. Got a pole mount also coming. And that's really about it. The app on the phone, and you get everything set up, and points to the satellite constellation up there, and you should be able to get, I'm hoping we'll be able to get anywhere between 100 and 150 megabits per second download, and hopefully around 30 up. So I'm going to be doing some tests on this. Power consumption and how long it's going to take to set up. So if you're out, traveling, how long it's going to take to set this thing up, at your campsite or boondocking site, and if it'll find the satellites quickly or if it's going to take a little while. So this is the initial setup for that. Hopefully we can get it to work pretty quick. And from what I've seen online already, the power consumption is around 90 watts. So, you're gonna have to be careful when you're boondocking not to leave it on, all the time, unless you're running a generator or something like that, or if you have, a lot of solar and a good battery bank. But I'm gonna plug it into the kilowatt meter, and we'll get a, good reading on the amperage draw and how many watts it uses. All right, so for people wondering what's the size of the dish, the diameter is 23¼ inches. And it's not very deep. And of course it's got this, flat surface. So it's not like your standard satellite dish. This flat surface, I'm guessing, is to protect the motor that's inside here for the auto pointing. So let's go ahead and get it plugged in and see what we can get. So right now I'm just running off a battery, and I've got my solar. Let's see, we're at 13.9 on the batteries. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my kilowatt meter and my inverter. I'll turn my inverter on, and that'll power the AC plugs in the camper. Okay, I'll turn on my inverter. Power here. So we're right around 115 watts, and it's getting ready to point here. All right, so it looks like it's done pointing. I'm going to go ahead and fire up the app here on my phone and do a quick speed test. All right, so I'm going to reconnect here and do some speed tests. The first test is the Netflix server, and I'm getting about 120, and then I'll use the Ookla speedtest.net here, and you can see I'm getting about 100, 95 to 100 for the download and about 20 for the upload. 1.65 amps, 1.5 amps. Between 105 and 113 watts. And the battery's at 12.87 while it's running. I do have just the one solar panel going right now. I do have a second panel that I could plug in when I'm running this. another 100-watt panel. So I moved it out a little bit further. We'll see. It's supposed to repoint here. Still hooked up in the truck camper. The house is over there. Just running it in here. We're gonna put it up. I've got the roof mount coming. I'm gonna put it right up there where my AT&T antenna is mounted. Okay, so it takes about 7 minutes for it to reconnect after you've unplugged it and go through the process of reconnecting again. All right, so it repointed. You can see that last speed test was a little bit better. Obviously, a roof mount on an RV or on a house is going to be a lot better. I would imagine being on the roof, I'll be able to get somewhere around 150. So I'll do another test when that roof mount, when that pipe mount comes. But I'm pretty happy with that. I think with the 100 watts, you know, obviously with 2 solar panels or 2 or more solar panels, 100-watt panels, and good batteries, you should be no problem running this in an RV. So if you've got you know, a good inverter, and I do recommend a pure sine wave inverter. That's another thing to consider. You're gonna want to spend a little bit of money on. You don't need a great big one, but you know, maybe a 300-watt pure sine wave inverter. You can pick those up for about $100. And yeah, running the cable into the RV, because it's not coaxial. It is a Cat 5 cable, and it's a pretty thick gauge, and that's it. Just some type of a mount. You can use the ground mount if you're out boondocking or whatever. If you've got you know, good view to the northern sky, you should be having no problem getting good signal. So there you have it. StarLink high-speed internet in a truck camper. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing installed on my house now. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.